This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, array. Array is not something new to us, right? We might have already seen array earlier. We might have already heard about arrays also, right? We might have seen in other programming languages. Even it's there in SQL, right? Even we have seen in a Hive, right? What is an array? Can anyone? What is an array?
Collection of homogeneous data.
Collection of homogeneous data. Yes, correct. Array is a linear list of elements. Array is a linear list of elements which has the same data, which is nothing but homogeneous, which has the same data type, and which is mutable. Which is mutable. Mutable means the values can be changeable, right? And which actually maintains the index, right? It's an index. Can I say it's an index based data structure, right? Let's take an example. So when I say array, array is a linear list of elements which has the same data type and which are mutable. So whenever you declare like this by specifying array, if you want to specify array like with the data type, you can specify like this. This is nothing but array of integers. Array of integers. So I'm going to create an array which has the integer data type. That's the meaning of it. Okay. So this array has by default some kind of methods are there. We will see them. Okay. How this array will store internally? Array internally stores, actually it's required the sequence of memory. It requires continuous of memory. Suppose, let's take an example. Let's say I'm creating array. I'll show you the differences. ARR, array of. This is why I have 5 values. What is the meaning of it is this array stores the 5 values which is integer data type. Same thing I could have do A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. I could have do like this. If I say var or val, whatever it is, I could have assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the difference you see here? Multiple variables. Suppose if I need 100 values, I cannot go ahead and sit and create 100 variables, correct? So what is the difference between these two with respect to memory? If it is a individual variables in the memory, if you assume this is your memory RAM, if you assume it's RAM, so A1 will allocate some amount of memory here for A1, some amount of memory somewhere for A2, some amount of memory for A3. Wherever the space is available, it can go ahead and create like this. Like this it will create. But for array, right? For array, you should not go ahead and create in this gap. The array should have a continuous memory. Then only it will create array. Continuous memory should be there for array. Okay, other variables, if you look at wherever the space feels, okay, I have field here, I have space on this, okay, go ahead and create A6. Like that it will. But always the array actually look for the continuous memory. Okay. So This is how the memory difference is. Another one is with a single variable you can declare so much of data, collection of data or group of data. But if with a variable you cannot do that. With a variable you can declare only one, single value. Okay, if it is not a collection of value. If it is not a collection of value, it's a normal variable. Variable will have only one value in it. If it is an array, collection of values. If it is an array, collection of values. Okay, is this clear? And it is index based. What is index based? Suppose if I declare a array like this, suppose if I declare an array like this, so what will happen here is I'll get like this. To start with the 0 index, 0, 1, 2, 3, n minus 2, n minus 1, n. Suppose if n is my size, so that's n. The last value is n, so n minus 1, n minus 2. So whatever the values you store here, let's say 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. The values will be stored like this. So here I want to get the 25. I want to get the value 25. So what I can do, so if I want to, I'm interested on the value 25, what I can do, I can directly get the value. I can directly get the value. How will I get the directly? By specifying the position of it. This is we'll call as a position or indexes. In Scala, we are not going to use the square brackets. Square bracket will be used for only declaring the data type. To retrieve the value, we'll specify the parenthesis, not the square brackets, not the. And another limitation of the array is fixed in size. Once you declare, the size is fixed. Once you declare, the size is fixed. Okay. So there are different ways to declare an array. Okay. So let me show you the different ways. So you should not get confused by seeing them any of the programs or here or there. Let me show you the different ways. I think somewhere I might have mentioned in any of the. Let me put it here. This is one way of declaring. It's a declaration and assignment. Okay. So you can declare like as is shown in the above. Let me show you that var a1 and it's a data type array of a data type which I'll say int, just say int equal to you'll directly specify array and elements this is one way of declaring it. The same one can declare other way, array a2 array of integer. I can use new keyword also. I can use new keyword also. Let's specify here size. Then later I'll put the values in it. Later, I'll put the values in it. Okay. So if you don't want to specify the, I mean, you have a privilege to whether to specify the uh, array data type or not after A2, after A1. You have that. I mean, since it is a what I can call like a, data infer schema. I mean, it actually uh, it infers the data type, right? It infers the data type. It's automatically recognizes your data type, right? So you really no need to specify the data type. So it's based on the value. Based on the value, it infers it, right? You really no need to specify it. Okay. So one is with the data type or without data type. Other one is with the new keyword. With the new keyword. Okay. Try to remember that. With the new keyword. So here in the A2, I didn't specify the data type at the right side after the new keyword. There also you can specify your data type like A3 array int new array. Look at their int type and I can specify the size. Okay. So at the time of variable declaration, whether you specify the data type or not, that's up to you. But no, the right hand side you can see after equal, you can declare like this. These are the different ways. No, really don't get confused by seeing them. You're actually defining a arrays like this. Okay. So once you declare the size, you cannot keep more values than that. You cannot keep more values than this. Whatever the values you have given, those are fixed. Okay. Let's look at this println statements here. Okay, let me do one thing. Alright. And look at these 4 statements I'm going to execute at a time. All the 4 println statements I'll be executing it. You can just read it. Length of the array is a 5. Length of the array is 5. Last element in the array dot last 5. Index of the given value. So whatever the value I'm interested in, value 5. That's the index of 5. Index of 5. Whatever the index is for the value 5 is printed. And array of 4. And array of 4, it means 4th position, whatever the value is there. Get here once again. Okay, and one more thing. Okay, let's go ahead and print this. Head of the array, actually space is missed. That's the reason. It's actually, now you can see the head of the array 1 means first value. the first value. Then similarly, can anyone tell me what will happen when I say tail? What value it can print?
Last value.
Okay, look at this
Last
answer.
minus one.
It printed some, it's not actually garbage value. It is actually, I can say, bracket I left. Okay, one second, let me do. The left open square bracket I means it is integer type, and some kind of the position where this tail is there. So actually, when you print the tail, right, after 1, whatever the value is there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, the values has to be printed. One second, why it is not? I'll just check. What is the data type, return type of this? Tail is array of integers only, no? Array of integers, correct. It returns you array of integers. Yeah, let me do one thing. Because in println we cannot print the array of values. So if you want to print, you have to loop through them, right? Look at here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Tail means after 1, after head, whatever is there, after first value, whatever is there, all will consider as a tail. Okay. Like this, not only this one, you have a lot of methods. So let's see this one. You can do like this also. You declare a tail and we are printing the values in the tail, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are looping through the tail and printing the value, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looping through the values and printing it. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and look at here. If you use the reverse, reverse will help you to reverse the array. Whatever the values you have, it will reverse the array. Let me show this one as well. Reverse is the function. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse is the function. It will actually reverse your array, a given array. And if you want to loop through, you can loop through like this. We have already seen these things in while discussing about the for loop. If you just want to reverse, you can reverse like this. Not only reversing, And not only printing them, you can do any operation here inside the loop. You can do any operation inside the loop. This is one way of doing it. This is another way. For each is another way of doing it. There's a different ways of doing it. Traversing, we'll call them as a traversing. This is one way of traversing. This is another way of traversing. And this is another way of traversing, the last one. I mean, these two are same. This is reverse array, this is normal array. And this is the print for each with the print ln. If you guys remember, we discussed this thing in for loops. While discussing about a for loop, we discussed about it. So whatever we are actually dealing right now, this is a single dimension array. It's a single dimension array. When I say single dimension array, it is only one direction, only one dimension. It is only one dimension. It's a row dimension. It's a row dimension. So only one dimension. Something like that. It's a only one dimension. Only one dimension. Suppose if you have a rows and columns, we'll discuss about that. That's a two dimension. Rows is there, columns is there. That's a two dimension. We'll talk about that later. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. Okay. If no questions, let's do one thing. How I declare here array with the new keyword. I shown you the different ways of declaring it. This is another way of doing it. Okay. In this, look at here. Look at here. I declared just size and what is the value in ARR X you have? Null, 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 null. Why null? Can anyone tell me?
Because we have
Why
not
null?
specified the array values.
Okay. If you don't specify the values, why null? Why it could have come 0, right?
It is the string type.
It is a string type. Yes. So what is the default value for the string?
Null.
Null. What is the default value for integer? 0. Okay.
0.
Same thing if I declare here is instead of string, if I declare int, so zeros. Default values are zeros. Okay. So look at here. Now after that I specified only one position is okay. Here I have mentioned integer. So I just let me make it back. Okay. So I'm specifying only one value. Let's see what will happen. That to position 3. That to position 3. Now what will happen to, okay, let's look at this. Only position 3 has a value, others does not. Sir, when I declare an array as a val, V-A-L, val, it's a constant, no? It should not be reassignment, right? How come ARRX of 3 is reassignable? If I declare a variable with a val, it's a constant, right? We cannot modify the values in it. How come the value in position 3 get changed? You guys remember?
Because in first read, we have just made the object of array, array. This is the declaration of it. We have not initialized it.
So while we're discussing the definition, I have mentioned it is a mutable. Do you guys remember that point? It's a mutable. It is a mutable array. Arrays are mutable. The positions can be changed. The values in the positions can be changed. Even though it is a val, even though it's a var, the positions are mutable. You can change. Okay, this is clear. This is clear.
Yes.
So you can declare a variable like this. This is integer type. This is integer type. We're just printing it. Okay, let's take another demo. Okay. Okay, here only let me show you one more example. If you observe your main method, it is taking an argument as array of strings. Array of strings. What is the meaning of it? It means you can send an array as an argument to a method. What that statement is saying? You can send or you can pass an array as an argument. You can pass an array as an argument. Okay, let me show that one. I have a print values. I'm taking this array of integer type. I'm not going to expect anything to return. I'll just print it here. arr dot. You can use a for each, or you can use this one also. For loop also you can use x arr println value x. Here it's a main method, right? Everything is in main method. From here to here it's a main method, right? Here I'll call this method print values. I'll pass arr. Your arr is you can check it. Sorry, your arr is this. Arr is this one. Sorry guys, by mistake I pressed it. Arr is yes. Or A1 I will pass, not ARR, I'll pass A1. Okay, look at here what will happen. Okay, you can pass a values to a function. We're already doing it in main method. We have seen from so many days. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, If you go for the two-dimensional array, it is a single dimensional, right? If you go with the multiple dimensions, multiple dimension means 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4 dimension, like that. But let's talk about the 2 dimension. I really not sure how the multi-dimensional 3 dimension, 4 dimension will be declared. If you look at here, this is 2 dimension. 2 dimension means this is 1 dimension row, and the below is 1 dimension. 10, 80, 101. This is another dimension. 20, 90, 102, 30, 100, 103. It's a different dimension. It means 3 dimensions. Array of array. What we are doing? Array of array. In one array, 3 different arrays I am declaring it. In one array, I am declaring 3 different arrays. If you see here, 3 rows, 3 columns. 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, let me execute this in the console. Array of first array, second array, third array. Array of array, nothing else. Array of array. And if you want to iterate through array of arrays, you should have 2 loops. Inner loop one array, uh, inner loop for the inner arrays, outer loop for the outer arrays. Inner loop for the inner arrays, outer loop for the outer arrays. Okay, inner loops for the inner array, outer loop for the outer array. Let's look at this. I'm going to execute this one. Look at how it will print. It is printed 10, 20, 30, 80, 90, 100, 101, 102, 103. So how it will work, how it is internally working. Look at here. I have specified R0 to 2, R0 to 2, and C0 to 2. Why 0 to 2? 3 elements only, no? 3 elements means you start from the 0, right? 3 elements means it will start from 0. Okay. First, R will be 0. First, R will be 0. 0 means position, you need to understand. It's not a value. Or it's a value only, index value. R0, it will come inside. C0, C0. What I'm doing here, I'm just printing. MRR1 is matrix, actually we'll call matrix. MRR1 is the first, the 2-dimensional array which you have declared. MRR of R is 0, C 0. So it is, since it is there inside the loop will continue. This loop will continue. R is 0 only. R0, C0, 0, 0 position. What is there in the 0, 0 position? This one. What is the 0, 0 position? Row 0, column 0. Row 0, column 0. What value is there? 10. Row 0 only. Row it didn't change. Row 0. C become 1. R is 0. R is 0. C became 1. It means row 1, row 0, C1. It means 0, 1. 0, 1 position 20. 0, 2 position 30. So once this inner loop is completed, it will go outer loop again. So R become 1. R became 1. Then again come inside inner loop. So like that the loops will be run. Inner and outer loops will be executed. Okay. So if you want to declare, you can declare like this also, the 2-dimensional array. So you can specify the position. You can specify the position and values. You can specify the position and values, and you can loop through them and print. It's a 2-dimensional array. It is a 3 by 3. It means 3 rows and 3 columns. It is 2 by 2. 2 rows and 2 columns. It's a 2 by 2. 2 rows and 2 columns. It is 2 rows and 2 columns. Any questions here? Any questions? So based on the position you specify, but when you declare a two arrays, I mean array of arrays, when you declare array of arrays, make sure that you will specify the which row, which column, or yeah, you should specify which row and which column. The position you have to specify. Okay, so this is about array. This is about array, and there is something called array buffer as well. There is something called array buffer as well. Okay, so what is array buffer? Let's look at. This is array buffer where you can have a multiple. You guys know what is this? Download the source code. It is not downloading. One second, I'm just trying to attach. Okay, I'll say this one later. Okay, this is not Maven project, is it? So Maven, right? I will do. If you have the Maven one, right, you'll get the source code. So if you get the source code, you can easily, what I can say, you can easily see the what actually internally happens. Scala Maven. I'll explain what is a Maven. Okay. Go to Maven. Scala hyphen language. This is my version. Let's paste it. Now structure. this one. We just added the maven tool. Apply. Just to build it once. I'm just declaring and compiling all the source codes. Let's see, download the source code. Here. Okay, now let's look at. No, why I have downloaded the source code, I want to show you the documentation. So far whatever we have seen, those are array, right? So now we are going to see array buffer. What is array buffer? Array is actually fixed size. Array buffers are, it's not fixed size. They can change the sizes. We can change the size. Okay. Look at here. Look at here. Suppose, let's take a simple example. A1 we didn't declare here, right? ARR we declared. Okay. We have ARR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements there. Now, even though if I declare we declare val, right? Even though if we declare var, var, try to remember, guys. If I try to add element to the existing, array, ARR plus equal to, if I say 6, what it is saying? Okay, it's integers only, right? It's saying is just required string. First of all, it does not convert assignment because of the type mismatch. Okay, even though if we specify like this, it will not allow, because array is a fixed size. You cannot change. Size of array, right? But similar, the same one, look at here. If I declare like this, okay, let me declare this one first. Later I'll show that. If I declare like this, array buffer. Okay, for this array buffer, I have to import. It actually throw an exception. Let's see that. It actually throw in exception saying that I should make it a mutable one. It actually throw this error. Array buffer is not recognized because no import. So for that, I need to take this import, do the import. Now it will recognize. I declare ARRB. ARRB is array buffer. That's simple. I have declared a variable. Now, how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values are there. I'll go ahead and execute this one. Okay. I'll go ahead and execute this one. Now, my ARRB has how many values? How many values? 6 values. It means array buffer is mutable in size. Array buffer is mutable in size. Array is not mutable in size. Array is a fixed size. Array buffers are resizable. Array buffers are resizable. Is this clear? That's what I just want to show this example also about the array buffer. Okay, so simple here. Where array buffer is resizable. You can add element, you can remove the element, you can remove the element also. You can remove the element also. You can remove one more element. You can remove one more element. Okay, so this is about array and array buffer. Tomorrow we'll start about the strings. Once the strings are completed, then we will start with the object oriented concepts. Class, object, we didn't discuss, right? Abstraction, trait, inheritance, those things we didn't discuss, if I'm correct. We didn't discuss about them. We'll start them in the next session. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? No questions? Okay, if no questions, that's it for today. We'll leave for today. So please do hands-on with this array part. In the next session, we'll start with the string. I think string hardly will take some time. Then later we'll start with the object-oriented programming part. That's it for today, guys. Any questions, please ask me, else we can leave for the day.
No, Ravi. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Ravi.
Thank you.